Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. It's time to relax, unwind, and log another dive in the travel journal. Today we'll be diving the Devil's Grotto off the west end of Grand Cayman. This is the last dive in the Cayman Island dive series. This is day 6 of the trip and the first dive of the day. Dive number 20 for me overall for the week. Here we have a couple of 4-eye butterfly fish. I'm back to the basics on this dive, so I'm using just a GoPro on a stick with no lights. I find that with the GoPro on the stick and not using the tray with the video lights, I can often get the camera closer to the subjects, but then there's a matter of getting it too close and you lose focus. So I intentionally chose to dive with just the GoPro on the stick for this particular dive, last dive of the trip. I believe this little fish is a harlequin sea bass. They're pretty small. They only range in size from 2.5 to 3.5 inches. And as you see, he disappeared very quickly. I believe this is a yellow-tailed damselfish. Look at those blue spots. Looks like he wants to play peekaboo with me. How fun is that? Yellow-tailed damselfish. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think of these closer shots. I don't know that I'd ever go back to just the GoPro on the stick because I really like the color that the video lights add, but I am curious about what you think. Here we have a French angelfish. I didn't have high expectations for this dive site. It's very close to the marina and it's a kind of a last stop before we make port, but I've been pleasantly surprised with the variety of fish so far and the amount of fish. This is the Lost Road of Atlantis. Just kidding. It's just this cool little river of sand between the rocks. These rock formations at the dive site are really interesting. They have a lot of small canyons. Pretty interesting. The black and yellow fish right there directly in front of me is a rock beauty. Nice face shot. That's a rock beauty. This, of course, is the invasive lionfish. They usually try to hide their faces, but since I have the GoPro on the stick, I can work the GoPro into this little crevice right into the lionfish's face. I'm not terribly concerned about whether or not I'm harassing the invasive lionfish. There's a queen angelfish out in front of us with the yellow tail. Let's see if we can get a better shot. This one's on the move. I don't know if it's going to happen. We'll see if it slows down. There we go. Again, that's the queen angelfish. A It's been a great week of diving here in the Cayman Islands, and I really hope you've enjoyed the video series as much as I enjoyed putting it together. Here we have a stoplight parrotfish with that yellow spot at the gill plate. Yeah, this is a great dive site. There's a lot going on here. I never did make it to the Devil's Grotto that the dive site's named after. I wasn't really overly concerned with that anyway. I just wanted to get in and cruise around a bit. Again, I didn't have high expectations for this dive site, but I love these little canyons, and I'm able to get the GoPro kind of lower than me to give you this different view of working your way through the canyon. So again, enjoying the dive site and enjoying the fact that I have the GoPro on a stick for a change. You can really tell when the sun pops out from behind the clouds. This is a fairly shallow dive site. In fact, my average depth was 24 feet and my maximum depth was 36 feet. I guess I should have started with the dive specifics. This dive started at about 8:23 in the morning and lasted just over 46 minutes. Here we have a little wider canyon with a sand bottom. It's almost like a little walkway or a path. So if you've watched the entire dive series, you know that this was 6 days of diving in December in Grand Cayman. It was supposed to include Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, but weather prevented us from making the crossing, so we did all of our diving on the west side of Grand Cayman because it was sheltered based on the direction of the wind. We were able to get in all of our dives. I did a total of 20 dives. There were actually 26 dives offered, but I skipped a couple of the dives, and I've talked about that before, about how I don't do the night dive every day. To recap the dive sites on this trip, we hit the Governor's Reef a couple times, the Oro Verde a couple times, Eagle Rock, Cable Wall we did as a live drop. We did the Doc Polson Wreck a couple times, the Sand Chute, the USS Kittiwake, the Big Red Buoy, Bonnie's Arch, the Big Tunnels, Sunset House Wall, and here we are at Devil's Grotto. I appreciate you watching, and I always look forward to the comments. Love to hear from you. Drop me a line.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.